We spend so much energy on how we look, or wondering if this shirt is right. But a 2024 study found that mutual eye contact predicted who people wanted to see again, beyond how attractive they found them. You know that moment before a first date when you're standing in front of the mirror wondering if this shirt is right, if your hair looks okay, if you're going to say something awkward and ruin everything? Reality is we spend so much energy on how we look. But here's the thing, research suggests that what your date will remember most isn't any of that. There's one simple behavior that seems to predict who people wanted to see again. And it's probably not what you'd expect. Well, of course, there is no guaranteed formula. Attraction is complicated and everyone's different. But research does suggest there's one simple behavior that seems to make a real difference for a lot of people. And when I say predicts, I mean correlates. It's not a magic trick, but the pattern is interesting enough and consistent enough that I think it's worth paying attention to. This isn't about, gaming the system. It's about understanding what actually helps two people connect, why this matters. I think most of us have been on a date where we felt like we did everything right. We said the right things. We laughed at the right moments. We wore the outfit we felt good in. But we still walked away feeling like something was missing, like you were both there, but not really with each other. And then there are those rare dates where the conversation just flows, where you leave thinking, oh, wow, they were really paying attention to me. Not to their phone, not to the room, just you. That feeling of being genuinely seen by someone, it's kind of rare. And I don't think we talk about how powerful it is. So what's the difference? What makes one date feel flat and forgettable and another feel like the start of something? A team of researchers led by Alexandra Hoffman ran a study in 2024. This research comes from a peer-reviewed study published in Archives of Sexual Behavior, conducted by a team of researchers who tracked real interactions in a speed dating setting. What they found, it wasn't about being funnier or more attractive or having better stories to tell. It came down to something much more basic, something most of us overlook. So they had 60 people, 30 men, 30 women. Each person went on 4 5-minute dates, and the researchers watched what happened. What they discovered was pretty striking. Participants were more likely to choose partners with whom they shared more eye contact. Now, that might sound obvious. Of course, you look at someone you're attracted to, right? But here's the part that surprised me. That effect held even when they controlled for physical attractiveness. Let me say that again. Mutual eye contact predicted who people wanted to see again beyond how attractive they found them. It wasn't just that the more attractive people got more eye contact. Something else was going on, which raises an interesting question. What is it about eye contact that has that kind of effect? The mechanism is in making them feel seen. The researchers had a theory. Actually, they had a couple. One explanation they proposed is this: receiving eye contact on a date might make someone feel more involved, more like they're being paid attention to, like they matter in that moment. Think about how it feels when someone is really listening to you, not waiting for their turn to talk, not glancing at their phone every 30 seconds, not scanning the room to see who else is there, just there with you. That feeling of being genuinely seen, it's kind of rare these days. And I think we underestimate how much it matters. We're so used to half attention, to people being physically present but mentally somewhere else. So when someone actually gives us their full focus, it stands out. The researchers also suggested something else, that eye contact may generate a sense of charisma, that magnetic quality some people have. Part of it might just be that they're really truly looking at you. Here's a question. When's the last time someone made you feel like you had their complete attention? The 5 minute window. Here's the other thing that struck me about this research. The conversations in the study were just 5 minutes long, 5 minutes. And the researchers could already see the pattern. That's not a lot of time. Now, I'm not telling you this to make you anxious. I'm not saying you have 5 minutes to impress someone or you've blown it forever. I think it's actually kind of liberating. You don't need to be the funniest person in the room. You don't need the perfect outfit or the perfect story or the perfect joke. You just need to be there, actually present for 5 minutes. That's it. And look, being fully present is not easy. It might be one of the hardest things we do. Our minds wander. We get nervous. We start thinking about how we're coming across instead of who we're actually with. But it's simple. The concept is simple. And it starts with something as small as where you put your eyes. Presence, not performance. So here's what I've come to think about all this. Eye contact isn't really a technique. It's not a hack you can perform. It's more like a byproduct. When you're genuinely present with someone, when you're actually there, not in your head, not rehearsing what you're going to say next, your eyes naturally find theirs. It just happens. The problem is, most of us don't show up to first dates in that state. We show up nervous, distracted, already half in our heads, worrying about whether we're being interesting enough or funny enough or attractive enough. And when you're in that mode, it's really hard to be present. It's really hard to actually see the person in front of you. To offer someone soft, appropriate eye contact, you need to arrive comfortable and de-stressed enough to give them your full attention. Again, presence, not performance. And I love that framing. Soft, appropriate eye contact, not intense, not staring, just presence. One quick note here, what feels comfortable varies. Eye contact norms are different, and some people find sustained eye contact more challenging than others. That's okay. The goal isn't intensity, it's genuine connection. So the question becomes, how do you actually get yourself into that state? How do you show up present enough to give someone your real attention? I've got a few ideas. Practical micro steps. Okay, so let's get practical. These aren't rules you have to follow perfectly. They're just small things you can try. Experiments, not mandates. Step one, decompress first. You can't give someone your full presence if you haven't arrived in your own body yet. Do this. Before your date, give yourself 5 minutes to decompress. Or try this. If you're coming from work or something stressful, create a little transition ritual. That transition matters. It's the difference between dragging your stress into the date and actually showing up fresh. Step two, buffer time. Rushing is the enemy of presence. Do this. Give yourself buffer time before the date so you're not rushed. Or try this. If you tend to run late, set a leave by alarm 15 minutes earlier than you think you need. The goal isn't to be obsessively early. It's to arrive calm enough that you can actually focus on the person in front of you. Step three, phone away. Your phone is probably the biggest barrier to full attention, even when you're not using it. Do this. Put your phone completely away, not face down on the table, away. Or try this. If you need it for emergencies, mention that up front so you're not distracted by the temptation to check. Step four, soft focus. This isn't about staring. It's about being present enough that your eyes naturally find theirs. Do this. When your date is speaking, practice soft focus on their eyes, not a stare, just presence. Or try this. If direct eye contact feels intense, try the triangle technique. Shift gaze gently between their eyes and nose bridge. Authenticity. And here's the thing I want you to hold on to. Comfortable eye contact looks different for everyone. Find what feels natural to you. This isn't about performing. It's not about doing it right. It's about building a small skill that helps you connect more genuinely with another person. Work on this because you want to connect better. Not to become someone that you're not. Let's reflect on what we discussed. So here's what I want to leave you with. At the end of the day, eye contact isn't about strategy. It's not a trick you do to someone. It's a gift you give with someone. The gift of your full attention, even just for a few minutes. And honestly, I think we could all use more of that. Not just on dates, in all of our relationships. The feeling of being truly seen by someone, that's what we're really after, isn't it? I'd love to hear from you. Like, what helps you feel present on a first date? Or a flip side, what makes you feel like someone is really paying attention to you? Drop it in the comments. I read them. If this video gave you something to think about, or if you like exploring the small stuff that makes a big difference in how we connect, hit subscribe. I make videos like this every week. Psychology, relationships, the little things that actually matter. In this video, we explored ideas from an article by Dr. Wendy Patrick, published on Psychology Today, drawing on research by Alexandra Hoffman and colleagues, published in Archives of Sexual Behavior in 2024. Links in the description if you want to read the original. Thanks for watching. And hey, friend, good luck out there. Till next episode, from me, Peter V. Bye-bye.